Welcome back from Tokyo. If you've been watching the news recently, you've noted that CNN, MSNBC, the network news, all spent the last week aggressively covering salacious but apparently kind of demented allegations against the president. They have done virtually nothing, though, on far more believable allegations against Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. We are all the way off in Japan, and even we were able to cover that. Newly obtained documents have bolstered the theory that Omar's second marriage may have been fraudulent. Scott Johnson has been on this story from day one, doing the most important reporting on it. He's an attorney in Minnesota. He blogs at Powerline, and we're happy to have him join us tonight. Scott, thanks a lot for coming on. So explain this to us, and how you often read mention, not on any, on the New York Times site, but of Omar and her brother. What is his role in this story?
Well, that's a difficult question. I wanted to take just a step back. The person we're talking about is named Ahmed Elmi, and he may or may not be her brother. But since Omar emerged as a public figure in August of 2016, I and then Priya Samsunder and now David Steinberg have been following a trail of evidence suggesting that Omar entered into a sham marriage in 2009 with Ahmed Elmi. And as I say, he may or may not be her brother. Now, I asked her that in 2016 when she won the DFL primary here to enter the state legislature, and what I got back from her was a non-response accusation of bigotry. Fast forward 3 years to the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, the Minnesota State Campaign Finance Board, having investigated her 2016 campaign for over a year, issued findings, including coincidentally that she filed joint tax returns in 2014 and 2015 with Ahmed Elmi. I'm sorry, with her husband number one, whom she never really married, with a guy who was not her husband, while she was married to Ahmed Elmi. And I say, let that sink in. I have to concentrate when I'm telling you that. She filed a joint tax return in 2014 and 2015 with a guy she was not married to while she was married to another guy, the other guy being Ahmed Elmi, who may or may not be her brother. Now, what's happened most recently this past Sunday...
May I stop you right there?
Sure.
Wait, so who may or may not be her brother, why is it taken us 3 years of looking into this, we still don't know whether this guy's her brother? Has she never responded to that direct question before?
Tucker, she has issued statements written for her by other people denying that he is her brother and saying that's disgusting. She has refused to sit for an interview. She has refused to produce any papers to anyone. And most recently to the Star Tribune this past Sunday, which did a serious story, not a perfect story, but a serious 3,000-word story into this whole chain of events leading to the Campaign Finance Board investigation and findings that I referred to which she refused to sit for an interview. She refused to produce documents. She refused to say word one except a statement issued by her congressional spokesman accusing the Star Tribune of colluding with me and Powerline in anti-Muslim bigotry, which is farcical. They have treated her like a hometown hero until last Sunday.
It's people show up in this country as refugees, and the first thing they learn, is how to accuse the country that welcomed them in of racism. Who came up with the system? Anyway, Scott Johnson,
thank you so much
for all the work that you've done on this. And the new assimilation, exactly. It's unbelievable. Good to see you, Scott. Thank you.